Hey guys, Matt here from PlaiOfficial, and as you can see, I have just joined, where are we? A dungeon, Temple of the Jade Serpent, just normal, we're level 85 because people have been asking for a bit more monk stuff. So, there have been quite a few changes to monks. We'll have to see how they're working out really, because last time, they seemed rather like Atonement Disc Priest more than anything. So we'll have to see how, you know, if that's still what we're looking at basically, because obviously, you know, we can do a spinning crane kick and look at all of those heals that are coming from it. You know, pretty much we could just spam that, and as long as there's quite a few mobs out, look, it's keeping us up over, well, almost keeping us up over that AoE damage there, so I'll best get out of that. So let's get some, what are these? We can do one of those. That should supposedly jump 2 people, yeah. And there we go. So obviously we still have our Renewing Mist 8-second cooldown. It's basically like a rejuvenation, but it hops to different people. So I have actually glyphed it, so basically it will hop to the furthest away injured target within 40 yards. The reason I've glyphed that is basically so, you know, because when you're stacking up trying to AoE heal, there'll always be that one person that's totally oblivious to it, and they'll just be standing there like, woo, just not, you know, stacking up or anything. And that is why I've decided to get that glyph, so it's healing the person that isn't stacked up basically. But as you can see, we were having some problems with our chi. Earlier on we don't seem to be having any problems anymore. We actually seem to be generating an awful lot of chi, if anything. Oh, where's that? Let's get one of those statues down. So as you can see, look, if I cast a Renewing Mists on him, my statue will cast it on the lowest health party member, which I'm not sure who that is, but as you can see there is 2 Renewing Mists going out there. And we obviously still have our healing spheres, healing for 19k each, that's not bad. Chi wave, look, just bouncing around doing a bit of healing. Now there are a lot of choices when it comes to talents, to be honest. We could get our Zen Sphere, which is kind of like a hot, I guess, yeah, basically just some sort of hot. Chi Burst, which is just a heal that heals directly in front of us, just a cone. And then our Chi Wave, which is just something that bounces around. So obviously it really depends on the fight. We may be having to swap these out per fight, to be honest, you know, just to, especially when raiding, we'll probably be swapping them out every fight or so. But there is something I have noticed. Obviously we have our Mana Tea, and if I get everybody up, then let me do a Renewing Mist, so that can bounce around. Then I pop a Mana Tea, which does 4% maximum mana every second. Look at our mana chunking up there. However, our uplift can be glyphed to use mana instead of chi. So every time we use an uplift, we gain 2 Mana Tea, which is 8% of our total mana. However, an uplift costs 6% of our total mana. So effectively, by spamming uplift, as long as we're using our Mana Tea, we actually regain mana from doing healing. However, to do an uplift, you've got to, it only heals people with Renewing Mists on, so that's a bit of a downside. But obviously if it didn't, I guess it'd be a bit overpowered. But here's our Enveloping Mist, that heals for, well, 25k every second on somebody, so costs 3 chi though, so it does cost a lot. So that is basically our massive, completely, well, pretty much huge heal, let's just put it that way. So I can see them being pretty good healers, but I can't see any reason why you'd say, oh, we definitely need a monk here. I can't see any reason why you'd do that. I mean, they will be good on fights such as Ultraxian and stuff, probably, just because of this, obviously, like, well, yeah, their ability to do a bit of damage while they're healing. I mean, you could even probably just go through a fight managing to do a substantial amount of healing just by spamming spinning crane kick, because look, even when it's not doing damage, it still heals people. I don't know if that's a glitch or what, but the healing it does, it isn't bad. If there's 5 people, you'll be doing like what, 15-16k HPS, and your mana doesn't really impact that much on it. Obviously it's unreliable because people are taking different amounts of damage. It's just going to be overhealing. So it's not always a good thing. If I pop a life cocoon on this guy, look, we're absorbing like 60k damage and doubling the healing done that hots do on them. So I think that is really good cooldown. It's only a 2-minute cooldown, so it's not really that long at all, to be honest. Absorbs 83k damage. Oh, it increases periodic healing taken by 50% last 12 seconds. So, you know, things such as Impale that would hit tons, or if you solo tanking, maybe Madness, yeah, probably Madness, or even Heroic Madness, you might, I know people generally get Shadow Priest to soak the second Impale on Heroic, but if you had a life cocoon you could probably just get the same tank to do it, kind of thing. You know, that's a really nice cooldown, I think. So let's get another chi wave going out. Some more of this stuff. Just top everyone off. Level 91. Wow, that's red. The nodding tiger. Oh god, you're taking a lot of damage. Right, as for nuke heals, look, we can burst heal, but as you can see it just drained 20% of our mana that quick. Basically Surging Mists is our flash heal, pretty much. Look, does 39k healing. It costs 8% of our mana, which is an awful lot. However, we can use it with Thunder Focus T to double the healing done, and this is when it becomes pretty efficient. 80k heal, I think that's quite nice. Now obviously that can crit, and what's our crit chance? 20% crit chance is not bad, so we have a 20% chance to heal about 150k with that. I'm not sure why we have so much haste, but it's not a bad thing. Haste is quite nice. Extra ticks on everything. So, oh, we've already got 20 mana tea, lovely. So 20 mana tea, we've basically got 80% mana just sitting in the bag there, ready to be used. It does seem a bit messed up at the moment. They have been nerfing Monk's healing quite a bit, but now they just seem to have pretty much infinite mana because of their mana tea. The only thing that's going to be holding back their mana is the fact that they have to channel it. So right, let's get one of these down. Now this will be a good test for us really, because I know we're not exactly the most powerful healers. Yeah, you can really tell that, can't you? Let's get one of those going out. But look, as you can see, it's really draining our mana to actually heal this much. My paladin finished this fight on absolutely full mana. Yeah, let's get a mana tea. Come on, drink quick. Let's get one of those going on you, and a chi wave. Hopefully that keeps our tank up. Yeah, that's lovely. That has topped our tank off. So to be honest, we do need, let's get one of those Zen meditations going. Yep, that's redirecting attacks to us. That's quite nice. That does only redirect 5 attacks now though, so again that's been nerfed a reasonable amount, to be honest. Let's get one of those going on us, and we can get that going up on the tank. So as you can probably see, we can do a lot of healing, but to be able to do a lot of healing, we've got to have the chi to be able to do it. And well, pretty much if we don't have the chi, we're not going to be able to chunk out tons of healing. So it's kind of like that, you know, we're probably not going to be the sort of healer that's going to be able to solo heal 10-man content, but we're probably going to be, I would say, a pretty good addition. There's, as I said before, there's nothing saying oh, you really have to take a monk healer, they are stupidly overpowered. They're not really. I mean, they are nice to have though. I would say I'd probably rather have a monk healing the raid rather than a resto druid. Probably also rather than a shaman, simply because like of their cooldowns and the fact that, you know, they can do a bit of atonement disc priesting as well. So I would say they're a bit better than probably shammies and druids. Holy priests do seem pretty good in this on the beta at the moment, so I'd say they're about maybe on par with holy priests at the moment. That's just my opinion. Let's get one of those statues down right in the middle of this room. Now those statues do have a, well, 3-minute cooldown and they last 15 minutes, so basically you can only have one of those up at a time, but I think the idea is behind that we're able to put it up at the beginning of a fight and just completely leave it there on the boss fight. It's going to last us the whole fight. If it doesn't, you know, if it's a fight such as Madness of Deathwing, it's 3-minute cooldown, so we will be able to move it around a bit to get an enveloping mists out. But that really does top off the tank. And also we can now just switch this around, because I know before if we switched it, it worked out less efficient. It doesn't actually work out less efficient anymore, because obviously it costs 1,000 mana and 1,000 every second, so the first second will cost you 2,000 mana. However, now what they've decided to do with it is it initially heals them, so for the first second you will also get double the healing. So it doesn't matter if you're spamming it around, as long as you get that first tick in, then it's exactly the same efficiency all the time. So that's pretty nice. Let's get some mana tea. Hopefully we don't lose too much chi. No, we're in combat, good. And look, as you can see, that's pretty much just topped off our mana. Let's get a chi wave going out. I mean, that chi wave doesn't heal badly, but I like it more for the fact that it's going to help balance off your raid, because obviously when you're AoE healing, there's always that like 1 or 2 people that are just a bit lower on health than the others, and a chi wave is just going to help bring everybody up to the same level. Such as now, there's just 2 people that are down, and sometimes you can't be bothered to go out and heal those 2 people. That's when a chi wave will come in handy. There we go again. And now we can get an uplift going, but you do have to make sure that your what's it called? God, there's so many spells here. You have to make sure that your renewing mist, that's the one, is on a few people before you even bother casting an uplift, because, well, yeah, if your renewing mist isn't on enough people, then your uplift is just going to heal like 1 person for 10k, and that's going to be pretty worthless. Oops, there's ads there now. Wow, they're new. Oh, I want something. I think it's probably a bit crap. Spirit dust. I don't know what that is. But yeah, I don't know if they're going to fix this mana tea bug with the uplift, because I am doing a bit of healing and I'm effectively profiting off it, as long as I'm having the downtime to cast mana tea. Or maybe Blizzard have kind of done that as a, I don't know, maybe some sort of reward thingy somehow, but it's like win-win either way. I don't really understand what's happened there. It's probably something that's gone wrong. Let's get a cracked jade lightning going out. It looks like cracked jade lightning does a bit of healing as well. Let's just cast that. There's no other heals going out. It's doing a bit of healing, but it does cost a bit of mana. 5500 last 3 seconds. So it costs less mana than spinning crane kick, but it probably does less healing than spinning crane kick. And that always generates a chi. So I would say spinning crane kick's probably better than cracked jade lightning for healing. That's just my opinion though. We'll have to see, you know, proper raiding environment. Oops, I forgot to take one of my flasks. Oh well, can take it now, they were free. So let's get one of our statues down, pop it right in the middle there. Dispel that straight off. Let's get a renewing mist on you. This is the last boss. I know it can be quite hard to heal sometimes, so we'll have to see how we go. Let's get another renewing mist on there. Now these mists should bounce to people now, and I should be able to spam uplift and keep everybody up. Yeah, that worked pretty well. Now if I do an enveloping mist on you and don't dispel that, you'll see just how much healing that actually does, because it's healing over that hot thing. Absolutely fine. Or dot. Hot's healing, dot's damage. Yeah, dot. Life cocoon. So I think that actually scales with like your spell power and stuff as well, because it's absorbing 5k more now I've taken my flask, so that's quite nice. And as you can see, I've got 2 soothing mists on me because I'm the lowest health party member. If I cast soothing mist on you, I think it does actually switch targets. That one, I'm not sure though. I'll have to have a look at that. I'll have to look into that, to be honest. Let's do this. No, it doesn't look like it is switching targets, does it? Okay, I should probably get one of those going out. Cooldown. G-Wave. My mana is very low, but I have 16 mana T. So 16 mana T is equal to like 70% of my mana or something. So as long as you've got that bit of downtime, as long as, you know, even if you are solo healing, I guess, in a 10 man, then as long as you've got a trank or something to keep you going just while you're doing your mana T, but most fights have like downtime anyway, then as long as you're managing your uplift, your renewing mists, because obviously spamming uplift, it profits us when we use our mana T, we might be alright. There is actually a glyph that, where are we? Let me have a look at this glyph. So many glyphs here. Oh yeah. Your mana T is instant instead of channeled and consumes 2 stacks when used, so that will restore 8% of our mana instantly, but it causes a 10-second cooldown, and there is a global cooldown involved there. So it looks like monks during heavy healing will be using every single global cooldown, so it might not be always the way to go with that glyph. As I said before, we could swap it out per fight. I know I often swap out some glyphs on live every fight, such as my Light of Dawn glyph on my pally. Some fights I only want it to heal 4 people for a bit more, some fights I want it to heal like the full 6, such as Ultraxion. So obviously we'll have to be switching that out. So yeah, I think monks are looking really good at the moment, to be honest. Probably a good addition to a raid, but as I said before, there's nothing saying take a monk over any other class, because there's nothing super special about them. But anyway, I hope you like this video, guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.